Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Oh my goodness. I know you can't see the front of it right now, but this $30 dresser is one of my absolute favorite flips that I have done recently, and I am so proud of it. So let's get into this video so you can see how I transformed this beauty.
Okay, here are a few pictures of what I was working with. Now, it looked like somebody had already stripped it down and it was painted yellow before. So I thought, okay, they've already stripped it down for me. This will be an easy flip. It's a solid wood dresser. I believe it had a veneer or some kind of sealer on it. I took my wood scraper to the top of this. I took my sander to the top of this, and I just didn't get anywhere. So right now I'm just showing you the drawers. I ended up replacing all the bottoms, all the drawer bottoms because they were just a mess. But I felt like this dresser had really good bones and I had a vision for it. And so let's get into this. So I started off by taking off on the bottom of these drawers the little triangles that held the drawers in place so that I could slide the bottom out so that we could replace the bottoms of the drawers, because as you can see on the bottom, they're pretty worn. They have really deep grooves in there where the actual drawer stoppers were, and they just slid back and forth on the drawer supports. So I wanted to replace them and make the drawer bottoms new. So I'm just taking my scraper tool and my hammer and getting all of those little wood pieces off that were glued on to hold the drawer in place. And then I discovered that most of the drawers were broken, so we had to do a lot of repairs. After I got all the triangle pieces off the bottom of the drawers, then I had to pry the bottom up and get all the little nails out. Now, as you can see there, the grooves in the bottom of the drawer was really deep, so there wasn't much left before that was gonna break and start coming through anyway. So I didn't inspect this dresser like I should have. They literally brought it out to the floor. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I have a vision for this and I got to have it. So, how much is it? And they told me $30, and I said, I will take it. So, I am just filling in with this wood putty. It's all purpose wood filler, and I got it from Walmart, and I've never used it before. So, the white kind of threw me. Um, I'm just filling in all of the little drawer pull holes and any imperfections that were on the front of the dresser. Now, this drawer was held together by tape, just regular masking tape. I was like, what is going on here? But as you can see, this drawer also has deep grooves, and so I wanted to make sure that we got all the bottoms replaced. So here I am. I'm just working on the second drawer, uh, getting those triangle pieces off, and the side of the drawer was actually broken, and I believe I had an issue trying to get this one off, and then my husband came and just ripped it off. He's like, "Why are you playing around with this drawer? Just rip it off." And I'm like, "I'm trying to be careful." And there he goes. He just ripped it off. So I'm like, "Okay, you broke the whole side off." He's like, "That's okay. It can be fixed." So now I'm just taking the wood filler, I'm filling in those drawer pull holes, and because I have a different idea and I don't want them to be in the same spot. Now this drawer was pretty bowed, and so when my husband put in the bottoms, he tried to fix that, but most of the drawers were actually pretty wonky. I'm still having issues with it, not wanting to close and open properly, but that's okay. I'm hoping that once it gets acclimated to inside our house, that it will settle down and the drawers will be easier to open and close. So this is the third drawer, and there was actually no nails in it. So I literally just had to take off the triangle pieces and the bottom slid right out. That was the easiest one. Now the side of this drawer was kind of loose, so I just took some wood glue and filled in on the side, and then I'm just going to put a clamp on it to shore it up and give it a little bit more stability. And then I actually take this side and I glue that down with wood glue, and I don't have a clamp to hold that in place. So what I did was I laid my nailer on top of that because it's super heavy, and it glued it together just fine. So now here you see I am taking my sander and I am just going over the top of this. And let me tell you, I sand and sand and sand and sand. I went and got my wood scraper to try to get some of this finish off, and it just was not coming off. So I decided to use a different product on this dresser. I am making an Apothecary-Inspired dresser. So it's not going to have the individual drawers, but it is going to look like an apothecary cabinet. And I'm just taking my nailer here and I am making these drawer supports more sturdy because they were wonky and falling all over the place, and some of them were not even nailed in. Now I'm on the back side and I am just adding extra support. I'm making sure that when I get the nails in there, that it is in the right place and that they are nice and tight. So now I'm just hammering the drawer support in place because it was like all wonky. I don't know, it was not in the right place. And now I have the dresser upside down and I am just sanding on the inside because I want to get a nice clean finish. All right, guys, today is Third Thursday. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know what that means. It's Third Thursday Thrift Flips. This is an open invite that Elizabeth and I host every month on the third Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. Central Time. This month, our guest host is Terry from the Robin's Nest. If you have not watched Terry's channel, she is an amazing artist. I love watching her paint. I could watch her paint for hours. So go over and visit these ladies' channels if you have not done so already. And let's get back into this thrift flip. Okay, so now I am just showing you the product that I'm going to be using. It is an all-in-one stain. I've used their paint before, and the premise to this stain is it's a sealer. It has a sealer and top coat all in one, and the color is espresso. So I wanted it super dark because I wanted it to resemble one of those apothecary cabinets. Now, if you've seen the apothecary cabinets, they look like they're divided. They're very dark stained. They have imperfections, so they're not perfect. And then they have those little catalog drawer pulls on the front. So that is the look I'm going for. And so you're going to have to tell me at the end of this video if I accomplished it or not. And I also have another surprise for you at the end of this video. So stick around and watch the end of the video. All right, so I am just finishing the dark stain, and I actually didn't like the top. I went over it again a second time. So here I am, this all-in-one stain, and it's a gel stain. It dried so quickly, and it was not even hot outside. It was freezing cold, and I'm doing this in the garage, but it dried so quickly that when I went to wipe the stain back, it just pulled it off. And so it was pretty splotchy in some areas, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just take long swipes at it, and it just did not work. So I was not happy with the way it turned out, and I actually went over it another time. And then once I went over it a second time for the top, it was perfect. Now, on the rest of the dresser, I did not even attempt to wipe it back. I just brushed the stain on, I let it set for 24 hours, and then I brushed on another coat if it needed it in some spots. But other than that, this stain is super easy to use. This is not sponsored by them, but this is just the product that I used to redo this dresser. And it was perfect. So I did stain inside and out because I wanted it to be a nice, cohesive look, and there was some yellow paint still left in some of the grooves, and so I wanted to make sure that that was covered and that there was no remnants of the yellow left anywhere. So as you can see, I'm just going over this, and I did go over it with 2 coats. So then I had the idea that I was going to cut off these legs, which I don't know, I must have hit the stop button instead of record. But I had my husband cut off these legs. I went and bought some wheels because I wanted it to be able to roll around in my craft room so that I could move it easily. And I just think this completed the look. I absolutely love it. So we did get these wheels from Home Depot. Now, he didn't let me record how he did the drawers. So let me show you, or let me tell you how he did the drawers. He stacked all 3 drawers together. He clamped them together with large clamps, and then he took the router and a straight edge, and he routed the lines in all 3 drawers at the same time so that they were divided into thirds and the lines would be straight with each drawer. So if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments and I can maybe give you a visual. I don't know if that made sense or not, but basically he just put all 3 drawers together, clamped them together so that they didn't move, and then he took a straight edge and his router bit and made the grooves in the drawers. And I'm sorry I didn't record that, but sometimes when he's helping me, he just goes rogue and does his own thing and doesn't let me record everything. He's like, "Oh, sorry, already done." Okay, so this is how we put in the, what are they called? Wheels. When you put in wheels like this, you have to have the adapter piece so it has something to screw into. So he's just screwing these wheels in, and man, it took a minute because they had long shafts. And then he took his wrench and made sure that it was in there nice and tight. So as you can see, I'm sanding down the top and I'm wiping all that back, and I'm getting ready to go over the top with a second coat of this gel stain. And I thought instead of using a brush, I would just use this soft cloth to put it on and wipe it on. And I thought that would soften up some of the brush strokes, and it did a little bit, but not a lot. But that's okay because remember, this is an Apothecary-Inspired cabinet, and they have a lot of brush strokes, they have imperfections, they have dents and dings, and the color is not perfect, and so I was okay with it. But I think with the second coat, you can see it covered nicely, and It just gave it a nice finish. I love it. So now I'm putting in the drawers, and the drawers were numbered, but I'm not sure they got the numbers right. There was numbers written in pencil on the back of each drawer. But I still am having a heck of a time with these drawers. So I'm going to try to move them around just to see if maybe they will fit better in different spots. So there is some fingerprints on the front of these drawers, and so I just went ahead and took my soft rag that I was staining the top with and just went over the front just to touch them up a little bit. And by the way, I put my hand right on the wet spot, right on the wet top. So don't do that. But anyway, I just touch up the drawers. They come out perfect. I love them. I am in love with this cabinet, this dresser. I guess it's not a cabinet, it's a dresser. I'm in love with this dresser. And as you can see, we just divided them into 3. I did purchase some little catalog tags off of Amazon. And guys, if you are still watching, if you would please consider subscribing and hitting that like button, I would appreciate it so, so very much. And don't forget to go over and visit Elizabeth's channel at Rustic Chicks Design and Terry's channel at The Robin's Nest. And stick around until the very end because I have some news I wanted to share with you guys.
I just love her.
And here is my final reveal of this dresser. Now, I will have those catalog pulls in my Amazon store. So if you're interested in them, you can go to my Amazon store and you will find them in there. But I love how this dresser turned out. I am so thrilled. And I just knew when I saw it, I knew exactly what I was going to do with it when I saw it. And honestly, if you've seen my Instagram, I brought this home, I believe, the 1st of April, and I already flipped it, and it's only the middle of May. So this did not sit around very long. But I just love it. And the bottoms are all new, and I do have some furniture wax coming with that's scented, and I'm going to go inside of the drawers and add a scent. All right, so let me know what you think about this cabinet. Do you like the apothecary cabinet look? I mean, I've been looking at them online and they go for thousands of dollars. I, for one, cannot afford that, so I decided to make my own.
Okay, so while some of you ladies are dreaming of a Dreambox, I know I have been wanting a Dreambox ever since Create Room came out with them, and I have probably designed 10 or 15. Since Dreamboxes came out, they have changed a little bit, so they've gotten a little bit more expensive too. So let me tell you what I did. I bought this Dreambox. Yes, it is a shipping container, but it's the same price as a Dreambox. Now, does it have the fancy tables? No. Does it have the organization little cubbies? No. But those are great if you do paper, jewelry, stuff like that. But if you're a furniture flipper or a thrift flipper, this is the way to go, guys. This is the way to go. Let me take you in and show you what we've done so far. So all my furniture is still in a storage unit and filling up the garage. I have been banned, I don't know if you know this, but I have been banned from buying furniture until this showed up. So now I can go buy some more furniture, but I'm not going to. I need to flip what I have because my craft room is full, my garage is full, my storage unit is full, and I have some on our back patio that needs to go in here. So This was just delivered the other day. We have not had a minute to even get my stuff moved all in, but we are starting to organize. Let me show you what we've done so far. Okay, so it is dark in here right now. Let the camera focus. Okay, it's kind of dark in here right now, but we bought these set of shelves. Let me zoom out. We bought these set of shelves from Home Depot. They were on sale the other day for $250, and they are like coated and super heavy duty. And that saves my husband from having to build me shelves. I've already got some spindles, architectural, however you say that word, wood pieces up here, huge baseboards. Those are from stairs. And then I got these architectural pieces right here. And then I have all of these baseboards. And then I have my windows and screens and some plywood and some fence boards. So I've got to get to selling, guys. Now my furniture is gonna go on this side over here, and we're gonna stack the dressers. So it'll be dresser, 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 probably vanities. We're gonna put them together, and that way everything will be organized. For this spot, I have an old dresser that we made into shelves, and I'm going to be putting my spindles and legs and stuff like that on there so I can easily get to them and see what I got, because right now they're just in a big barrel and I can't see what I got. Okay, it is super windy here in Kansas. It is like, I mean, we're in Tornado Alley, and the winds are like 60 plus miles an hour today. No tornadoes, but it feels like, I don't know, angry winds outside. I told my husband I was going thrifting on my lunch hour, and he said, don't come back with a bunch of crap, and make sure that I don't have to go and pick anything up, because he has a truck. Well, I love this car, because guess what? I bought something, and he doesn't have to go pick it up because I can haul it myself. That's why I love this car. Okay guys, a little backstory. I have not been thrifting at any thrift stores for at least 4 months, since before Christmas. And here we are, almost the 1st of April. Can you believe it? Already the 1st of April, like in 2 days, the 1st of April. And I got online last night. I was looking at my favorite thrift stores, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go check out the thrift stores. I just got to. So I went, and it was good therapy. I love it. And now I have stuff to get home and clean and mark for the booth. And I have a bigger surprise in the back. I'll show you that in a minute.
I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to go over and visit the playlist. I will have everybody's channel listed down below in my description box, as well as the playlist link. Have a great Thursday, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Catch you in the next one.